Martha was a spontaneous and a proactive person, and her relationship with Jesus was so genuine and so informal that she could relate to Jesus in such an intimacy and with such love and freedom. May the peace and joy of Christ be with you today. Today the church celebrates the memorial of Saints Martha, Mary, and Lazarus. And it was the memorial of Saint Martha, and last year Pope Francis changed it into the memorial of the siblings. Because we know from the Bible that they were friends of Jesus, and they hosted Jesus several times, and Jesus considered their home as his second home. What a blessing for that family. What a blessing for that home to host Jesus as their guest and friend. And their life calls us for living Christ spontaneously. Living Christ spontaneously every day of our life. Their relationship with Jesus, the events that took place between Jesus and them would tell us that. And Jesus going to their home with lots of freedom, and one sitting at his feet, the other trying to prepare meals, and the way that Martha was complaining to Jesus about asking Mary to help her. That shows us the amount of freedom that Martha had with Jesus. And definitely Jesus must have gone several times, and the situation must have changed. And everyone might have chipped in for preparing food, and even Jesus must have chipped in to prepare a table, or even cutting vegetables or preparing, because he considered that home as his second home, and they were all his friends. And we see Jesus visiting their home when Lazarus died, and hearing the news that Jesus was coming. Martha runs to him, and spontaneously she says, "If you had been here, my brother would not have died." See that freedom, see that spontaneity. The words of Martha mean so much. Means to say, Jesus, you and your presence mean so much for us. Do not go away from us. Stay with us. If you are here, things would be different. Your presence would bring lots of change. And then she professes her profound faith in Jesus. I do believe that you are the Messiah, the Son of the living God, who is to come into this world. And then Jesus at the tomb weeps. So much of friendship that he had with them, so much of love he had for them. The Bible tells us Martha, Mary, and Lazarus were loved by Jesus, especially loved by Jesus. And Jesus weeps and then brings Lazarus back to life. And their spontaneous relationship with Jesus tells us that faith in Jesus is not about preaching it, but it's about living it in the daily life. Following Jesus is not about a status, but about being intimate friends with Jesus. And being friends with Jesus is not about being passive, being a passive listener or passive doer, but being active and proactive, active listener and active doer, like serving and caring with lots of love and creatively caring for the other. Martha is usually presented as a distracted woman. A biblical scholar, Father John Mackenzie, points out, Martha need not to be rated as an unrecollected activist. Yes, Martha was a spontaneous and a proactive person. And her relationship with Jesus was so genuine and so informal that she could relate to Jesus in such an intimacy and with such love and freedom. My dear friend, how spontaneous are you in living Christ in your daily life? May the friendship of Christ redeem us. Amen.